Jaroslaw Strozyk, who is a retired brigadier general and the former director of Polish military intelligence, and he joins us live now from Wrocław in Poland. Jaroslaw, it's really good to see you on the program today. Now, just give us some information on what you feel about the rhetoric that we're hearing out of Russia in terms of them saying that we'll use all our means in Ukraine. Does that mean they're going to go nuclear?
Good afternoon. Yes, that's of course possible. And we know from the very beginning of this war that everything is possible. And simply, this is nothing new. The rhetoric like that existed for last year or so, especially from the Medvedev, former president, lips and his writing as well. That's still positive, and we know that this threshold of using tactical nuclear weapon is really below what it was like a year or two before. With the upcoming possible counteroffensive, that possibility is even going up.
Right, and talk to us a bit about Russia's current military capabilities. We saw what's happening rather, in Bakhmut, and they are ramping up attacks across Ukraine. And we did see the fallout between the Wagner Group and the Kremlin. What's your assessment of all this?
On many grounds, Russia has adjusted its tactics, its equipment. They are much better in drones. They used or deployed the same tactics like Ukraine forces. So it has been much better on many occasions and many tactical spots in Ukraine. So they have still good possibilities and also good defense structure against possible counteroffensive. So we have to admit that Russian armed forces are much better than it used to be a year ago.
Right, and coming to Ukraine and their military capabilities, we have been expecting them to launch a much-awaited counteroffensive, especially after Zelensky went to his allied countries and got so much more military aid. When do you think that counteroffensive is going to start?
Yes, that's the question we are facing for last month. Still, the window for this counteroffensive is still open, and it will be open for the whole summer, I would say, till the end of June or mid-July. That is still possibility. I think that Ukraine needs 1 or 2 weeks of the real offensive if it happens. So the decision is still up to the politicians or military commanders on the ground. But even with this discussion, it's much better that Russia is not confident about the timing of this offensive on Ukraine soil. So that's good for the Russians, because you cannot be ready all the time for the counteroffensive. So perhaps Ukraine is waiting for a moment that is much better than we are discussing now.
All right, Jaroslaw Strozyk, thank you so much for being with us here on the News Hour and sharing that analysis with us.